Hi, welcome to Quilt North, Block of the Month Nordic Echo. This is going to be our month 5 tutorial for January. So in your kit you'll have gotten 1 large navy square, 4 small teal squares, 4 gray rectangles, and 4 small white triangles. This month we're going to sew another economy block. We're going to take the navy large square and surround it with the small white triangles. So just like in past months, you're going to sew on 2 of the alternate sides, and then you can go ahead and press those away from the blue center out towards the white. I did really speed up the sewing here so that you can and the pressing, because this is something we've done a bunch of times already. Then we're going to add on those 2 alternate sides. And again, here's me sewing on the first side, and then there's a quick little clip in here where I had lost track of if I was on the correct side of the white, and I used a UV flashlight to check, which is a tip I found recently, and it's very helpful with white on whites that are kind of subtle. As you can see, when it's the right way up, the white paint or dye that's in there kind of flashes, and when it's the wrong way, you can't see the pattern as well. So here's me again, just pressing open those seams away from the center triangle. The next unit we're going to make here is the long rectangle units that are going to be 2 of the sides. You're just going to sew 2 of the small teal squares on either side of the 2 of the long gray rectangles. So as you can see, I just lined the short side of the rectangle up with the small teal square, sewed them on, flipped them around and did the other side because the seams don't cross. You don't need to press it in between these 2 steps. So for pressing, it looks a little awkward, but I did have you press towards the rectangle, the gray rectangle, because it'll help it ultimately nest the best at the end of the block. But I just kind of pushed them towards where I wanted them to go as I pressed, but it does feel a little awkward as you're doing it. The next unit we're going to do is the center of the block, the center row. We're just going to sew 2 of the gray rectangles under the top and bottom of that economy block. So here we're just sewing those 2 rectangles under the economy block. Again, you're not crossing those seams, so you just can sew both sides at the same time and then press them towards the rectangles away from the block. And now we're going to sew the rows, the side rows, onto the center row that we just did. Those seams should, if you pressed them in the directions, the same way as the directions, they should nest. You can maybe see me throwing some pins into those seams just to make sure they really held together in the spot I wanted them to. But other than that, this is a very easy block, and I really think you guys will all enjoy it. I hope you do. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Again, if you have any questions or need anything at all, please text or email using the contact info on the sheet, the direction sheet, and thank you. Happy sewing.